What's going on, sports card hobby family? It is another day. It is another sports card video. Actually, not just any day. It's Conspiracy Theory Friday. We're going to dive in, take a little bit of a deep dive into Chasing Cardboard, the popular sports card YouTube channel. Before I do start, though, got to shout out my boys over at SlabMags. Many of you might not realize you can also just put regular mags in these things. They've got inserts you can put inside. The only place, maybe outside of a couple of other spots, where you can get 10% off of these babies is down below. There's a link in the video description as well as in the pinned comments. The one big thing is UV protection, especially for autographs. What most people don't realize is whether it be a mag or whether it be a slab, grading company slab, there's no guarantees about UV protection. So I'm not saying we're taking these suckers to the beach, but at the same time, you want to be able to have them in your office displayed and those sorts of things. And so you got nice cards for the really nice cards, not for your whole collection, but maybe there's 5-10 cards that could use these, and they are beautiful. Definitely check out the link below. All right, let's dive into this thing. We've got Chasing Cardboard, successful sports card YouTube channel, really by all accounts. They're clocking in at about 24,000 subs. And there's strong viewership on these. If you look at kind of a bad video from a viewer standpoint, it sits about 8,000-9,000 views on one of those. Most videos come in at 15, 20, 25,000 views plus, which is more, a lot of times more than their subscriber base, which is awesome. They do only put out 3 to 4 videos a month typically, but good because it allows their videos to breathe a little bit. That's a problem that I have, frankly, but just kind of the way that, the cadence of my channel works is just different than what they're doing. But also, high production videos. They're out there in the field. They're buying collections, selling. They've got to edit all that stuff. There's a lot more that goes into putting one of their episodes out than me setting up my iPhone and yelling at Frank, volunteer Frank, who's sitting on the, what are you doing? Are you going to do something today? Anyways, he just drives me crazy. They got a whole team out there working on this stuff. So just different styles. My goal really is 10% of my viewership on a given video. So I've got about 19,000 subscribers. I'm happy if I hit 1,900 views on it, and that's fine with me. So expectations are not mega high. That's just where I like to sit. My videos are actually similar. Now, his channel has been around for, 8 years. He's specialized in Magic the Gathering, but Rudy Alpha Investments is all commentary for the most part, and then you add in some pack openings, box openings occasionally. But for the most part, he's just talking about market dynamics. He's talking about Magic products, and that's his stuff. He's got about 350,000 subscribers. But if you look at his view counts, he's in anywhere from 15, 30, 40,000 views. So he's hitting about 10% of his sub number. And occasionally, he'll have one that's 60, 70, 80, 100,000 views if he's talking about Hasbro or something like that. And so that's where I kind of gauge where I'd like to be. Sports Card Radio is really an outlier in this space to where they've got about 25,000 subs. They have a tremendously engaging audience where every video that they put out is 10, 15, 20,000 views plus. And then they can haul in 500 to 1,000 people plus on a live stream on a weekly basis. That is really unheard of in cards in this niche. All right, so what do I mean exactly by the hard pivot? The Chasing Cardboard hard pivot. All right, so the last video they put up, it looks like was 12 days ago, and it was basically the Buying Autographs 101 video, really the damage control video coming off of the Rock autographs. I think they're still going to PSA and trying to figure all that out. He mentioned a giveaway, but really that last video was more or less, to me, as a damage control video.
In this video, you will learn how not to travel. Traveling happens when you move with the ball without...
And they're moving on. So what have we seen since then from those guys? So they put that out 12 days ago. 4 days ago, they put out a poll that said, if you had to resell something other than sports cards, what would you pick? And it's clothes, electronics, different types of things. They run that poll. 11 days ago, all you resellers out there, what amount of gross sales in a month is a spectacular month for you? And then it runs it down from $1,000 a month to $100,000 plus. They're gathering data as far as, what are resellers doing in terms of gross sales, which makes me wonder, are they trying to figure out what good numbers would look like if they're out on the road, they're buying different things and selling, because they are big time eBay sellers. And so maybe trying to get a gauge as to what's normal. Like, are most people selling 1,000? And that was the highest number on the poll, is $1,000 a month. But I think it was like 9 or 10% that was 100,000 plus in gross sales, which it all adds up. And so that was interesting. And if we go back 12 days or maybe 12, 13 days ago, another community post, next episode is going to include items never seen before. And it mentions old manuscripts. And so it makes me wonder for this channel, are they going to broaden out from just mainly trading cards? Will they kind of encompass all collectibles? That's one thing, because when you talk about old manuscripts, they mention collecting old manuscripts. So collecting all things, will Chasing Cardboard become Chasing Collectibles or something along those lines where they change that title? That could be an option. Or I think they could do something to where they start a second channel where it's mostly just about reselling. eBay reselling is huge. I mean, and Amazon reselling. And there's a lot of content on YouTube about this. It's a more competitive space on YouTube. However, there's a much larger viewership potential for it. In sports cards, we are limited in the number of viewers. There's only so many people that are interested in this niche hobby. And sure, maybe it grows over time. Maybe people come and go. You can kind of build your audience. But to get to 1 million subscribers and is talking about cards on YouTube, probably going to take a little bit of time. You look at Jeff Wilson's really put a lot of money behind his channel. If anyone was going to get there, it would be Jeff. He's sitting at 260,000 subs. Pac-Man's got about the same, 250,000. But Pac-Man's got a different audience because he's mainly just opening boxes. So people are subscribing, tuning in to see the big hits or the big losses. I opened a $5,000 box and I got $100 of values. So that's a narrow viewership. They're tuning in to see what's that new product look like? What are the hits in it? Did he win, lose on the box? And it's entertaining. It's entertainment. So, but outside of those two channels, then there's a pretty sizable drop off down. Yes, you've got channels, 50,000, 100,000, but there's not many. In the reseller, in the eBay reseller, just the reselling world, there's a lot of these channels. I mean, I pulled out just a few examples, quick search, 50,000 subs, 159, 191. These are just quick examples. And I know there's channels that have 1 million subs. And so for Ty and Chasing Cardboard, and again, I'm not in the boardroom with them. I don't see the whiteboard magic happening behind the scenes. I assume he is either A, starting this channel to, yes, of course, help his business as far as selling cards, buying and selling cards, but also selling this sort of idea to a channel, selling it to the History Channel like American Pickers, selling it to Netflix like Ken Golden did, or just looking to have large sponsors behind it. So maybe nobody buys it, maybe nobody necessarily takes it on and puts it on a larger streaming service, but maybe huge companies or big sponsors that are behind this channel and helping fund it, and so they can make money that way. Because this is a money-making venture. Let's not kid ourselves here. This is a business. This isn't just for fun out there. They're out there buying, selling collections, but the amount of money being put into these videos and the production value, I can appreciate it. Again, because I'm just using my iPhone in my office, there's some serious cash going behind it, and they're looking eventually for returns. This is a business. So my prediction is Chasing Cardboard becomes either Chasing Collectibles, they wrap a bunch of other stuff into it, or second channel, I guess this could be, or both. It could be both of these things. Chasing Cardboard becomes Chasing Collectibles, but then a second channel that is focused around eBay reselling and buying other things outside of just collectibles, electronics, clothes, exactly what they took the poll there, which would make sense. You're already on the road. You're already making the videos. They're probably running into all sorts of other things. I've got this collection of cards, but I've also got all these other random things. Are you interested? And they're like, I'm guessing here. I'm speculating a little bit, but are we going to see a hard pivot by the Chasing Cardboard folks? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Stay healthy, stay awesome, and I will talk to you again later.